दोनों ही टीमों के बीच एक टफ फाइट देखने को मिलेगी आपको, क्योंकि फिनिशियर्स अपने आज के दिन का ये दूसरा मुकाबला खेलते हुए और एक कन्विंसिंग विन सेशन हुआ था दोनों ही कप्तानों के बीच। क्या वो ग्राउंड पर देखने को मिलेगा, क्योंकि एक बेहतर मुकाबला आप देखना चाहते हैं और 12 ओवर का ये मुकाबला है। मैच पर साइड और बढ़िया गेंद, कपिल गुप्ता और पहला ओवर फिलहाल यहां पर मिला जुला अगर आप देखेंगे। मौका है यहां पर फिनिशर्स के लिए इस टूर्नामेंट में। एक शुरुआत यहां पर गति में थोड़ा सा परिवर्तन, दूसरा रन के लिए वापस आते हुए, लेकिन यहां विकेट का हुआ है नुकसान और रन आउट के रूप में यहां पहला विकेट मिलता हुआ। मैम 5 मिनट पटका हुआ ये गेंद, शॉट अच्छा है, नीचे खिलाड़ी पूरी कोशिश करेंगे पहुंचने की, लेकिन काफी दूर। और ये एक अच्छा मौका है, आप विपक्षी टीम पर दबाव बनाने की पूरी कोशिश करेंगे। पहली बाउंड्री, एक बार फिर से हल्का सा लेंथ में परिवर्तन और सही समय पर अपने शॉट में किया परिवर्तन, केवल दिशा दिखाई उस गेंद को। अच्छा बाउंस भी होता और ओवरथ्रो के चलते यहां रन्स मिलेंगे। जहां एक होना चाहिए था वहां फील्डिंग को थोड़ा सा यहां पर दुरुस्त करने की जरूरत हो जाएगा फिर बल्लेबाजों के लिए। ये शुरुआती ओवर्स 4 से 5 ओवर का जो शुरुआती स्पेल रहेगा उसमें ऑर्डर बल्लेबाजी क्रम है वो फॉर्म में है और उनके खिलाफ आपको थोड़ा सा रणनीति बनानी होगी। इस बार फिर पटका हुआ गेंद टाइट करनी होगी यहां पर, क्योंकि ये फर्क डालता है, खासकर जब रन्स आना शुरू होते हैं तो बल्लेबाज का आत्मविश्वास बढ़ता है, पैर उतने चलते हैं, दिमाग, हैंड आई कोऑर्डिनेशन, आपका शॉट सिलेक्शन, हर चीज परफेक्ट हो जाती है और जैसे जैसे गेंद बल्ले पे लगती है वैसे वैसे कुछ इस तरह के शॉट्स आपको देखने को मिलते हैं। अच्छी लेंथ, अच्छी लाइन, लेकिन उसके बावजूद बल्लेबाज जब अच्छे फॉर्म में होता है तो आप बहुत आसान हो जाता है, जितना आप गति देंगे उतना आसान हो जाएगा बल्लेबाज के लिए। तो थोड़ा सा कठिन सवाल पूछिए, थोड़ा सा उंगलियां फेरिए गेंद के ऊपर, मजबूर कीजिए बल्लेबाज को आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स सोचने का, क्योंकि आसान है, टेनिस का बॉल है, आसानी के साथ बल्ले पर आ रहा है, किसी तरह की कोई दिक्कत परेशानी बल्लेबाजों के लिए है नहीं। वहीं दूसरी तरफ पिच से उतनी ज़्यादा कोई मदद है नहीं, तो आपके पास जो एक्सपीरियंस है ना क्रिकेट का, जितना भी आपने मैचेस खेले वो आज आपको दिखाना होगा कि हाँ आप भी कुछ ना कुछ परेशानी बढ़ा सकते हैं, खासकर इन दो खिलाड़ियों के खिलाफ जो अभी तक फिनिशियर्स के लिए डोमिनेट करते हुए। एक बार फिर खींची हुई वो लेंथ, और बल्लेबाज को भी मालूम है कि किस तरह की गेंदबाजी होनी है, वो पूरी तरह से प्रिपेयर हैं और जिस तरह क्रीज की गहराई का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, अपना वेट बैकफुट पर कन्वर्ट करते हैं। एक बार फिर से थोड़ा सा अलग करने की कोशिश, क्योंकि वो फाइन लेग का जो एरिया है वो काफी स्पेस है उसमें, वहां काफी गैप है, तो वो गैप तलाशते हुए बढ़िया गेंद, बढ़िया गेंद और सही ठिकाने पर। मैच्योरिटी दिखाते हुए यहां पर सागर, क्योंकि जल्दबाजी की कोई जरूरत है नहीं, ओवर्स आपके पास है, स्टार्ट आपको मिल चुका है, अच्छे फॉर्म में आप हैं। और वहीं दूसरी तरफ गेंदबाज के एक्सपीरियंस पर भी निर्भर करेगा, क्योंकि एक कहते हैं कि एज जैसे जैसे आप खेलते जाते हैं एज बढ़ती है, और एज बढ़ने के साथ साथ आपका अनुभव भी बढ़ता है, और वो अनुभव क्या यहाँ से संजीव सर का काम आ पाएगा या नहीं, क्योंकि इस साझेदारी को तोड़ना बहुत जरूरी। एक बार फिर आगे की तरफ गेंद, एक बार फिर से इंतजार किया, बढ़िया थ्रो यहाँ पर, थोड़ा सा चार्ज अप होती हुई बढ़िया गेंद। ओवर यहाँ फिलहाल समाप्त होता है 5 ओवर के बाद 37, 1 विकेट के नुकसान पर फिनिशर्स। और ये बढ़िया ओवर, केवल 4 रन अपने पहले ओवर में संजीव सर के, और 37, 1 विकेट 5 ओवर के बाद फिनिशर्स। सैंतीस रन बोर्ड पर 5 ओवर का खेल मुकम्मल होता हुआ, और गेंदबाजी एक बार फिर से आप देखेंगे यहां से। बढ़िया गेंद डाउन द लेग साइड, घुमाया जरूर बैट। क्या ये एक ट्रैप है, क्योंकि अगर आप लेग साइड पर देखेंगे तो डीप में खिलाड़ी को रखा गया है, डीप स्क्वायर लेग भी है, तो वो जो लाइन गेंदबाज है गति उतनी देंगे नहीं। एक बार फिर से हटकर मारने की कोशिश, कट करने की कोशिश, और हौसला अफजाई इस समय आप देखेंगे गेंदबाज का सहयोगी खिलाड़ी करते, और ये जरूरी भी है, क्योंकि आपको मोरल बूस्ट करना होता है एक दूसरे का, खासकर ऐसी कठिन कंडीशंस में, टफ कंडीशंस में जरूरी हो जाता है आप एक साथ टीम खेले। और एक बार फिर से यहाँ पर मौका बनता है, और संजीव सर के द्वारा ये कैच, ये ट्रैप आखिरकार काम कर गया। और वो जो बॉलिंग चेंज की मैं बात कर रहा था, सही समय पर बॉलिंग चेंज, पहली गेंद लेग स्टंप पर, दूसरी बैक फुट पर जाकर कट करना चाहते थे, और आखिरकार तीसरी गेंद पर फंसा लिया है यहाँ। और वो जो साझेदारी लग रहा था कि शायद परेशानी का सबब बनेगी, लेकिन उसको ज्यादा देर टिकने नहीं दिया, और एक बढ़िया रनिंग कैच, गिरती हुई वो गेंद, और कप्तान चला है सीना तान, और इसी कैच के साथ दूसरा विकेट यहां पर फिनिशर्स का, और कपिल सर के रूप में फिलहाल यहां पर एक और झटका लगता हो, यानी 2 विकेट 37 रन 5.3 ओवर्स। एक बार फिर से तैयार और नए खिलाड़ी के लिए मिक्सअप होता हुआ, बढ़िया थ्रो, और ये विकेट थोड़ी सी राहत देकर जाता हुआ यहां पर द इंडियन सनराइजर्स को। और फिनिशियर्स फिलहाल विकेट गंवाने के बाद, लेकिन उनकी एक उम्मीद अभी भी बरकरार। सागर और डगआउट में जो बल्लेबाज, इनफॉर्म बल्लेबाज हैं लोविश, और जब आप गति नहीं देते तो इस तरह का कुछ करने को मजबूर करते हैं बल्लेबाज को। और इस मुकाबले में एक अलग लेवल तक लेकर गए हैं अपने बल्लेबाजी को, क्योंकि ग्राउंड को पूरी तरह से जज करते हुए कहां फील्डर है कहां नहीं। गति उतनी थी नहीं तो एक स्विच हिट जानते थे, यहां अगर मिस टाइम भी होता है या टॉप एज भी लगता है तो भी सेफ रहेगा। और 4 रन फिलहाल। मैच्योरिटी पिछली गेंद पर 4 और सिंगल के साथ स्ट्राइक को एक बार फिर से अपने पास रखेंगे, और ये सिंगल के साथ स्कोर बढ़ता हुआ। तो 6 ओवर के बाद स्कोर पहुंचा है 43। तिरतालीस रन 2 विकेट 6 ओवर, यानी आधा सफर तय करते हुई इस समय फिनिशियर्स सागर और नॉन स्ट्राइकिंग एंड परिचय मैम। और देखना रहेगा यहां से किस तरह डोमिनेट किया जाता है पारी को। अच्छे टच में है, आज के मैच में भी बेहतरीन तरह से बल्लेबाजी की थी। और आगे की तरफ ये गेंद उठाकर मारा है, टाइमिंग उतना अच्छा हुआ नहीं, नीचे 3 खिलाड़ी और ये कैच छूटता हुआ। ये गलती पिछले मुकाबले में भी हुई थी और वहां से सागर ने जो रन्स बनाए थे उससे विपक्षी टीम हुई थी परेशान। मौका था, मौका बनाया भी था, लेकिन छटकता हुआ। आज किस्मत थोड़ा सा यहाँ फिनिशर्स और उनके खिलाड़ियों के साथ हार्ड वर्क करना होगा आपको। अगर विकेट चाहिए एक साइड बल्लेबाज का, एक इनफॉर्म बल्लेबाज का, तो आपको एक बार फिर से सेटअप करना होगा। ऑफ स्टंप के बाहर ये गेंद, इस बार कहते हैं ना जले पे नमक लगाना, कुछ उस तरह का ये शॉट था। कैच छूटा और कैच की अगली ही गेंद पर एक बाउंड्री। और जिस तरह से बाजुएं चल रही हैं, जिस तरह से मौका मिला हाथ खोलने का, उसको पूरी तरह से 4 रनों में किया तब्दील और स्कोर फिलहाल बढ़ता हुआ। सैंतालीस रन 2 विकेट। सागर एक बार फिर से ड्राइविंग सीट पर फिनिशियर्स के लिए, जबकि दूसरी ओर द इंडियन सनराइजर्स को एक चीज जरूर ध्यान रखनी होगी, इस तरह की गेंद नहीं करनी है। बॉलर के सर के ऊपर से उठाकर निकाल दिया इस गेंद को। एक और बाउंड्री, वो जो हिटिंग जोन है ना उसमें लगातार गेंदबाजी होती हुई, और ये सागर के लिए एक तोहफा और उस तोहफे को पूरी तरह से कबूल किया। 4 रन 2 बाउंड्रीज ओवर से 50 का आंकड़ा पूरा होता है। एक बार फिर से उसी गति के साथ, उसी दिशा के साथ, उसी लेंथ के साथ, और रिजल्ट भी यहां आपको वही मिलेगा। बैक टू बैक यहां 2 बाउंड्री, तीसरी बाउंड्री इस ओवर से। बैक टू बैक बाउंड्रीज। 55 रन बोर्ड पर एक बार फिर से उसी दिशा में, एक बार फिर चैलेंज करते हुए गेंदबाज। लाइन और लेंथ वही, इस बार मिस हुई गेंद। और ये एक जिद होती है, एक जब आपको रन्स आ रहे होते हैं ना और आपके पास अनुभव हो, तो आप चैलेंज करते हैं बल्लेबाज को कि मैं लाइन नहीं बदलूंगा, आपको शॉट खेलना, आप शॉट खेलिए। एक बार फिर फुल टॉस गैप में, रिजल्ट यहां पर 4 रन, 4 बाउंड्री, 16 रन इस ओवर से। 7 ओवर के बाद स्कोर पहुंचा है 59 रन 2 विकेट के नुकसान पर। एक और महंगा ओवर इस समय द इंडियन सनराइजर्स के लिए। और वीएसपी के स्टार्स, माफ कीजिएगा, यहां पर फिनिशर्स के स्टार बल्लेबाज एक बार फिर जो स्कोर बोर्ड है उसको अपने हिसाब से चलाते हुए मैदान के चारों तरफ अगर आप देखेंगे तो रन्स बटोरते हुए। तोड़ ढूंढना होगा यहाँ पर, कुछ ना कुछ गेम प्लान बनाना होगा, क्योंकि आसान बना देते हैं इस तरह की जब बल्लेबाजी होती है ना। आप लेंथ कितनी भी चेंज कर लें, जब बल्लेबाज को टेनिस का बॉल वो फुटबॉल की तरह नजर आने लगे ना, तो फिर कुछ इसी तरह से रन्स आते हैं, बाउंड्रीज में रन्स आते हैं। 12 ओवर पर इनिंग ये मुकाबला है और 7 ओवर 59 रन 2 विकेट। और यहां से ज्वाइन करेंगे राहुल।
Thank you so much, Dilip. So, they've made that mistake of dropping Sagar once. And Sagar, how well has he batted throughout this tournament? Riyazul into the attack now. So, Riyazul given the task off, and that's a wicket! That is a wicket, the big one of Sagar! He goes for 39. We time and again talk about the importance of fielding, and I think directed at the striker's end. But will they use technology now? The square leg umpire has asked for the third umpire review here. So Sagar escapes a scare, not out is the verdict. Gets away with that one, but that was a close call. Gets another life, does Sagar. But brilliant fielding nevertheless. And Sagar gets another life. And that's where it was a tight call. And very difficult for the square leg umpire to watch out with the naked eye, and that's where technology comes into good use. VSPK at the moment 60 for 2. Sagar has scored truckloads of runs. This is the third game. He's already got a start. Batting on 39 at the moment. VSPK finishers. On both the occasions they've batted, they've scored in excess of 100. They like to bat first, that is for sure. Riyazul continues. Short of a length, great fielding, but he couldn't stop that ball from going towards the fence. Brilliant effort by the skipper himself, but that ball was travelling. That's 4. That is a vicious stroke by Sagar. And just like I spoke about him in the first game that VSPK played, anything that's shorter in length and towards the offside, he will latch on to it. He will go after it. And moves into the 40s now, does Sagar. Riyazul will continue, he's steaming in. Fuller in length. That's a skyer. Will that be taken? That was a very difficult chance. She did so well. I believe that was Simran. She does so well to get to it, but at the last moment, that's been put down. And also, a missed opportunity as far as a run out is concerned, and they've come back for the second there. So 2 runs taken, a brace. And Sagar now 5 runs away from a personal milestone. And this is exactly the middle overs is where VSPK finishers have been so good. They've put the pressure on the opposition. That's a short arm jab towards a deep mid wicket. The fielder gets around it from square leg. Tends to it, keeps it down to just 1. And he's motoring along nicely, Sagar. He's looking good, he's looking solid. And there's still a lot of batting to come for VSPK finishers. We are into the 8th over. 4 more overs to go after this one. Richa, the batter on strike. That's an edge, a thickish outside edge. And by the time the keeper could get to it, Sagar quickly darts in. Gets to the striker's end. Approaching another personal milestone is Sagar. Subiazul coming in, final delivery. That's a wide, clear wide down the leg side. And I think that initial trigger movement that Sagar made, that forced Riazul to bowl on the legs of the batsman. But Sagar just letting it go. He knew that was travelling down. Good take by the wicket keeper. And you can clearly see that there's a third man. Third man is pretty fine within the circle as well. So it's an interesting field. Shot in length, and that's been pulled away. There is a boundary ride on the onside, gets to it. And it will be just a single. He will keep striking. Interesting over that one, 10 runs coming off it. And VSPK finishers after the 8th. They are 70 for 2. And Sagar is looking good for a big one. 4 more overs to go in this innings. So Wasim into the attack now. Bowling the 9th over. Sagar batting on 47. Another scintillating knock from him. What a player he is. That's cracked towards the offside. But it's a skip up. Patrolling the boundary ropes. That could be a run out. Gets away with that one. Does Richa. So in the end, just a single. That brings in just 1 run. That was a very good shot. But they've been really good. They've been strong in the field. Have been the Indian Sunrisers. So Wasim into his 2nd over. Richa is the batter on strike. Swing and a miss. Again, looks for a run. A direct hit at the striker's end. And the Indian Sunrisers would believe it. And Wasim meanwhile will continue. Richa is batting on 2. That's straight through. That's straight into wicket keeper's hands. And this has been a good start, a very good start to this over. 3 deliveries have been bowled, just 1 run has come off this one so far. Wasim coming back. His first one was slightly more expensive than he would have anticipated. Pulling things back in this one.
सर मेरा कल भी आप लोगों ने नेम गलत डाला आज भी गलत डाला हमेशा शर्मा
Looks to work it across towards the offside. Played and missed. 3 dots on the trot. Brilliant over this one. Just away from the tram line, will be a wide, could be a wide. And this time, for sure, it's a run out.
बैटरी
मैं खुद ही करूँगी सागर
वाइड बॉल मार के तो और हो सकता है नहीं आप अपना नाम जो नंबर से है ना वो उसको आप ही कर
नहीं पॉइंट ये था कि लास्ट ईयर भी मैंने 6 नंबर की जर्सी से ही खेला था बट ऐसा कुछ मिस आपने मिलती तो मैं नहीं खेला ठीक है इस हमेशा फॉलो उनकी जर्सी नंबर
So Lavish, he walks out and opening the face of the bat at the last moment, giving it direction towards the cover region, gets a single. How often have we seen both of these batters together? And at crunch situations as well, these two have forged together important partnerships for VSPK whenever required for their teams. Final delivery coming up. Sagar is a man on strike, courtesy that single taken. 73 for 3. VSPK still in a very strong position. And these two, time and again, they've come together at clutch situations. This has been a good over from Wasim. Takes it on the full, heaves it away towards the onside. They will be looking for 2. In fact, settles down for just a single and he will keep strike. That's a wrap on that over, 9th gone, and VSPK finishes at 74 for 3 after the end of that one. So Riazul will be bowling his second. Gave away 10 runs in his first one. Here we go. Sagar batting on 49. Hits it hard, hits it straight. Is that a chance? No, it's not. And he brings about his half century in style with a boundary. Hits it straight towards long on, and that's over. Wasim's head. 1 bounce and into the boundary ropes. He's been so consistent. Another half century. Yesterday he got one. In the first game he didn't get one. And 2 days, 2 half centuries for Sagar. What an impact player he is with both bat and ball. And even in the field, he's such a live wire. He's such a class act. And VSPK riding on the back of another big innings from Sagar. And he isn't finished yet. That could be a catch. That's been put down. That's what pressure does to you. Simran, generally a very safe fielder, but she puts it down. Would you believe it? And Sagar gets another life. When it's your day, it's just your day. And nothing can change it. He's down, but he's still out there. He's still out there in the middle. He's yet to be dismissed. Batting on 55. Gets another couple of runs. VSPK once again looking at a target, looking to put on a target in excess of 100 runs. After this, 2 more overs to go, and they've got 7 wickets in hand. Riazul has been slightly more expensive than he would like to be. Down the leg side, immediate pressure on the bowler, and the non-striker was quick to call in for a single. Another run taken, wide plus single. We'll have to re-bowl that one as well. VSPK, they've been so good throughout these middle overs. Riazul steaming in. That's a good looking shot, burst through the fingers of the fielder standing at mid-wicket. That ball was travelling, that was hit hard as well. Will they come back for the third? That shows you the stamina of the man. Batting on 50 plus, has been out there. This is the second game he's playing, remember. And he comes back for the third. That's not child's play. That is good stuff. Shows you what a great athlete he is. Running for his team, running for his partner's runs. He's on strike now. Bangs it in short. That's his favourite region. He won't miss out any opportunity to play a stroke through that region towards the extra cover. That's 4 more runs. And if you have a look at his wagon wheel, he's scored predominantly through that region between covers and long off. Looks so classy as well. Just extending his arms and going after it. Throwing the kitchen sink at it. Moves to 59 in real quick time of just 32 deliveries. And 2 more deliveries to go in this 10th over. And VSPK quickly approaching the 3-figure mark now. Once again bangs it in short. Couldn't get quite on top of it. There's more control this time around from Sagar. Gets another couple of runs though. Moves into the 60s with that brace. And now he'll just unleash the big hitter in himself. As we've maintained, he's got all the shots in the book. And he's got all gears right now. He goes into top gear mode. That's aerial. That's gone miles high in the air. The fielder running in from long on and he couldn't stop it. That's 4 more. That was in the gap. And another boundary to close the over. So 10th gone and they're 95 for 3 and things looking ominous here. So we'll get started with the 11th over. Riazul has bowled 2. He's been mighty expensive and Wasim will be bowling the penultimate over of this innings. VSPK approaching that landmark figure of 100 runs and they'll be buoyed by that. Lavish meanwhile has just walked out. He's the man on strike batting on 4. And he's got the capabilities of pulling out the big shots from his range of strokes. Gets another couple of runs, heaves it away towards the long off region, moves to 97. That is the score for VSPK. And Sagar is still out there at the other end, batting on 65 of just 34 deliveries. Fuller in length. That's a very good length that Wasim is trying to bowl here. He's bowling full, making sure that there's nothing the batsman can get underneath. But this is do or die for the Indian Sunrisers. Sagar, the man on strike. This is a pivotal innings. The top scorer for VSPK this season so far. One more over to go after this one. Shuffles across his crease in the end. With brute force, hits it straight to long on. They will come back for the second. And they do so. Relatively easy. 100 up for VSPK in quick time as well, courtesy that brace. 100 up and still 9 deliveries to be bowled. How many more runs can they get? Once again, hits it straight down the ground. And misfield. Doesn't cost much in the end. Long on. Doing good backing up. Fielding well in tandem. So Lavish, what has he got in store for the bowlers? Is that an edge? I think it has. He has nicked that, and that's straight to the keeper. Smart catch by the wicket keeper, and they are celebrating. So Sagar, rather it's Lavish who has to go, and Wasim has finally got a wicket to his name for all his efforts. And VSPK finishers, they've picked up their 4th. The new batter is out there, plays a cross-batted heave towards the offside. The fielder is inside the circle for the new batter, plays it straight to the man. Sagar having a word with Swati. She's just walked out to bat. And what an over in the end. A decent over, just 4 runs coming off it and a wicket as well. So 11th gone, VSPK 101 for 4. Swati, she's at the non-striker's end, yet to get off the mark. But what's important is that Sagar will be facing the final over. And it's a skipper. The experienced man with the ball in his hands. He swings it away towards the onside. There is a fielder in the deep. There is enough protection. He doesn't run. And I think that's the right call as well, because he's well set. He's looking good. And he doesn't want to expose the new batter, because this is the final over as well. That's a biggie. That's gone miles high in the air. Might fall safe. And a brilliant effort. Brilliant effort by the man standing at long on. He's definitely saved a boundary. That ball was travelling. And that's another run out. Another run out affected at the non-striker's end. Makes it look easy. It was easy because that was a suicidal run. And Swati goes back without opening her account, and they've lost another one. They've lost half their side now, VSPK. So Kamal walks out. He's a hard-hitting batsman, we know that. And he can strike it big for sure. But at the moment, the man who's on strike is Sagar. That's a flat 6. As flat as you like. That's through the offside once again. That's a smart shot as well. Well, the bowler knew that the batsman would be looking to swing it towards the onside, because that is a natural swing of a right-handed batsman. And that's where you tend to hit it, especially in the final over. But Sagar was smart. Heaves it across towards the offside, goes again. This time there is protection. Wasim is standing at sweeper cover. We'll keep it down to just a single on that occasion. Moves to 77. What a knock this has been. 77 of just 40 deliveries. Another couple of deliveries to go. Kamal will be facing his first. Swings it out. Doesn't get all of it. Ball goes towards square leg. Gets a single. The umpire says it's off the bat. Doesn't matter. VSPK will take it no matter how they come. So Sagar will be on strike facing his final delivery. This has been the top score of this season so far. And what a knock as well. Final delivery of the innings. Even the skipper has been mighty expensive. He's given away 30. Comes around the wicket. And another good shot along the ground. They'll come back for the second. They look for the third. Will they make it? I think they have. They've made it. They've made it look comfortable as well. 3 runs in the end. So 114 is what they have on the board, VSPK, which means the Indian Sunrisers will need to chase down a mammoth 115 in their quota of 12 overs. But they definitely have the firepower in their batting. Should be an exciting run chase, this one. So here we go, start of the run chase and a very good shot to begin with. There is protection in the deep, but they'll come back for the second. So 2 runs up and running straight away. So 115 is what the target is. And only 1 run will count. 1 run shot, says the umpire. So Lavish bowling the first over. And this is a big ask. Required run rate already 9.5. Simran is at the non-striker's end. And the skipper, he's the man on strike. Just guides it away towards the offside, just a push. Gets a single for himself, gets Simran on strike to face her first delivery. That's a very good connection that she's made. Meets the ball on the full, turns it away towards the onside, and gets a single. Up and running, Simran. And that's something she has done very well throughout this tournament. She's timed the ball sweetly. Sanjeev Gupta, the skipper himself. What a maverick he is, and he goes for a big one. That could be a catch, but he's been put down. That has been put down by none other than Sagar, would you believe it? Generally such a safe fielder, he's safe as a house on most occasions. But that's been put down. The bowler is not impressed. He isn't happy one bit. Gets away with that one. That was a risky stroke. Sees the ball short enough, goes for the pull, doesn't get all of it. Not the timing he would have liked. And that's a life that could prove to be costly for VSPK. Simran facing Lavish once again. Swings it away towards the onside, towards cow corner, gets another single. Moves to 2. Final delivery of the first over coming up. Has been a decent one. Can he finish it off well? That is the question. Wanted to use the pace of the bowler, was looking to guide it away towards the third man fence, and in the end too quick for the batsman's liking, straight into wicketkeeper's hands. And that's the end of the first. The Indian Sunrisers have begun on a steady note. They're 5 for no loss after the first, and that required run rate immediately jumps up to 10. So Kapil Gupta bowling the second over this time around. I'm sure there's a lot of thinking that has gone behind that decision. It generally starts off proceedings, bowls the first over. He'll be bowling his off spinners, and Simran is the batter on strike, batting on 2. Just making sure that he's got all the fielders in the exact positions he wants them to be. So here we go, start of the second over. The off spinner into the attack. Pulls it slightly short. Good connection once again by Simran, works it away towards the square leg area. 3 deliveries, 3 singles for Simran, and that's exactly what her role would be at the moment. Her role would be to give back the strike to the aggressor, and the aggressor in this partnership is definitely the skipper himself. He's got all the shots in the book and can go downtown, can swing it hard. He's so good towards that onside, especially between mid wicket and long on. And once he hits it hard, it stays a hit. It will travel the distance for sure. That's a smart shot. Just picking up the gap, turning it away towards the onside, not taking a chance against Sagar's arm because he's got a bullet for a throw. Throws in quick, throws in hard, and flat out as well. 108 still required. This is just the start of this run chase. He's coming around the wicket. Once again, meets it on the full. Simran works it away towards sweeper cover. Another single. Looks to swing it away towards the deep region. Swing and a miss. No bat involved there, but they will take a single. One more run taken. So singles won't do for the Indian Sunrisers. They need at least one boundary every single over. The penultimate delivery of the over coming up, hits it straight down the ground. Once again, good connection. Long on gets around it. Will they come back for the second? They take the fielder's arm on. And 2 more runs taken. Another couple of runs. Final delivery of the over coming up. 6 runs of this over already. Final delivery to go. Dances down the track. It's another good stroke for a single. She will keep strike. So 7 runs coming off it. Second gone. The Indian Sunrisers is scoring run a ball at the moment, and they require 103 more runs. They're 12 for no loss after the second over.
क्या चीज ओवर लास्ट बॉल पे ये क्या नाम है फिर बॉलर हाँ 2 नंबर अंबिका
So Ambika into the attack, bowling the all-important third over. Another star performer for VSPK is Ambika. And in the first game, she was slightly expensive. Generally a very economical bowler for VSPK. Here we go. Ambika to Simran. That's an interesting attempt. And working it away towards the fine leg fence. Gets it off the bat. And the skipper is at the striker's end. So here we go. I have a feeling that something is about to transpire in this over. He will be looking to play the big shots in this one. He'll be looking to target Ambika. He has a look around the field. And I have a feeling that he will pick out the onside. That's his favorite region. And he can strike it big. That's for sure. We've seen it in the past. And things can quickly turn around. It's a funny game, this one. 13 for no loss at the moment, the Indian Sunrisers. Ambika, she's running in. And initially thought of shuffling across. And at the last moment, he sees that the ball was way outside the tram line. Lets it go. Wide call by the umpire. We'll have to re-bowl that one, does Ambika. Tossed up. using her guile is Ambika. The batsman was in two minds whether to advance down the track or to stay on the back foot. And a couple of runs taken. And that's a penalty. Penalty on the bowling team. 5 runs. The skipper using his cap to pick up the ball. That's not allowed. So 5 penalty runs. And that's a bonus, really, to the batting team. You have to be mindful of these nitty-gritties of the game. This time, make some sweet connection, but more all along the ground. Just a single on that occasion, 1 more run. He'd be disappointed with that. It was a long hop. At the back of his mind, he would know that he could have put it away. But, you know, something that Ambika has done right in this particular over is she's tossed it up. And she's really used her guile, varied her pace as well, kept the batters guessing. Simran, meanwhile, on strike. And plays a switch hit. Does Simran. That ball is travelling towards the fence, but a boundary rider gets across, keeps it down to 2. It's 2 more runs. That's thoughtful. That's so innovative, thinking out of the box, and you have to do something like that when you're chasing this big of a total. 91 still required. Or rather, 1 shot, says the umpire. But a very good shot, nevertheless. Simran batting on 8. Again looks for it. This time better connection. Well, unfortunately for her, there was a fielder there who keeps it down to just 1. And with that single, the skipper is back on strike to face the final delivery of the 3rd over. What an interesting over this has been. And Indian Sunrisers would be really happy with the outcome of this one, but still yet to see the final delivery. That's aerial. That's in the gap as well. Not to be, because there was a fielder who came across. For a moment it seemed like that was in the gap. And finally they settle down for a single. That's the end of the 3rd. So 25 for no loss, the Indian Sunrisers after the end of that one. 90 more required of the next 9. So there's one more delivery to go in this over, suggests the umpire. So final delivery. Simran is the batter on strike. She's batting on 9, comes down the track and lets it go at the last moment. She realizes that it was travelling away from the tram line. So another wide, another extra in this over. This has been a long over for sure. So final delivery to be bowled. Comes down the track. Once again meets it on the full. They'll come back for 2. And 2 more runs taken. That is the end of the 3rd, finally. So Third over gone. The Indian Sunrisers are 28 for no loss. And that required run rate is still in excess of 9.5. That will require some doing, some work. And they wouldn't be too upset with the fact, because they've still got all their 10 wickets intact. And it's a skipper who's been out there. He's faced 8 deliveries. Hasn't got off the best of the starts. And generally you see him firing on all cylinders from game number 1. It only takes one match for any quality batsman to find his form. And the Indian Sunrisers would be really hoping that this is the match, this is the game, this is the moment the skipper will look to seize and announce his arrival in TCC season number 6. He's such a cool customer, an absolute legend at it. And Lavish is back into the attack. Lavish will be bowling the second. 87 still required, 87 of 54. If you look at it in the shortest format of the game, this is not impossible. And especially a batting unit that has quality batters like the Indian Sunrisers. So Lavish, he'll be running in. Skipper on strike, keeps it away towards the onside. That's in the gap. A couple of bounces and we'll go for 4. What a start to the over. Starts off with a boundary. That is a good stroke. That is a thoughtful stroke. Lavish making start to the over. Has set the tempo to this one. And now they'll be looking to get at least 10, and the skipper looking to unleash his fury. That's another good stroke, but Sagar is so quick, so nimble. Brings up Simran back on strike. Simran has been batting well. She's had a good tournament with the bat. Good timer of the cricket ball. Swings it hard. That's aerial once again, but that's in the gap. Simran. She looked really good whilst out there in the middle. Goes big, goes straight out at the non-striker's end. She wanted a second there, but sent back by the skipper himself. So an unfortunate moment in the game for the Indian Sunrisers, and they've lost their 36 for 1 as Simran departs. But a very handy knock from her. It looked good whilst it lasted. .79 required of the next 50 deliveries, and out walks Mohammad Wasim. How often have you seen this duo out there? 36 for 1 at the moment, the Indian Sunrisers. 79 required. 2 more deliveries to go in this 4th over of the innings. And these two have been the men for the crisis. Lavish running in. Clutch situations. These two have come together more often than not. That's another boundary, another one in this over. Picks up the gap once again through the onside. I told you he prefers the onside. And another one in this over. So 13 runs already of this over, rather 14 coming off it so far. Final delivery. Once again, he was looking for that onside towards that fine leg region. Will be a leg by. Squeeze in another single. What an over that turned out to be. Heaps of runs in that particular over. Fourth gone to Indian Sunrisers. They're 41 for 1, 74 required of the next. 48 deliveries, and the skipper, he will keep strike as well.
चार ओवर 41, एक विकेट का नुकसान, और सचिव सर के साथ वसीम होंगे अब। और 4 ओवर में 41, यानी आप अच्छे रन रेट के साथ अपनी पारी को आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं। और रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट और करंट रन रेट के बीच का जो फासला है वो ज़्यादा है नहीं। और इक्वेशन अगर आप देखेंगे तो अभी भी 74 रन की दरकार है, और गेंद आपके पास है 48। 9 विकेट पूरी तरह से सुरक्षित। किसी एक खिलाड़ी का यहाँ पर एंकर रोल प्ले करना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी। और वहीं दूसरी तरफ फिनिशर्स के लिए, क्योंकि आप बतौर टीम इस टूर्नामेंट में खुद को बेहतर साबित कर पाए हैं अभी तक। और सवाल ये है कि यहाँ से किस तरह आप इंडियन सनराइजर्स पर दबाव बनाते, क्योंकि अच्छे लय के साथ आप दबाव बनाते हैं, क्योंकि आपने बेहतर तरह से खेला है अभी तक ये टूर्नामेंट। और मजबूत टीम, और सबसे अहम हो जाता है कि आप जब 2 स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम आमने सामने होती है ना, तब जो रोमांच होता है इस मुकाबले का वो बढ़ जाता है। और इस समय बाउंड्रीज उतनी आसानी से अगर नहीं मिलती हैं, तो रन आपको अगर बनाने हैं बोर्ड पर, तो फिर आपके लिए रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट बेहतर होता है, क्योंकि ये अंतर डालता है। एक एक रन की अहमियत यहाँ पर बढ़ती हुई दोनों ही टीमों के लिए। अपने जीत के सफ़र को जहाँ जारी रखना चाहती है यहाँ फिनिशियर्स, वहीं एक कठिन चुनौती देने की कोशिश करते हुए यहाँ से द इंडियन सनराइजर्स बैक करते हुए खुद को। गेंदबाजी बल्ले के नीचे, वो गेंद सिंगल के साथ स्ट्राइक की है। रोटेट वसीम होंगे स्ट्राइक पर। स्कोर बढ़ता हुआ 44 रन, 71 रन अभी भी दूर आपको इस मुकाबले को जीत में तब्दील करने से। जिम्मेदारी उठाते हुए यहाँ पर थोड़ा करीब ले जाने की कोशिश, क्योंकि जो फासला है ना राहुल भाई, वो ज़्यादा है नहीं। 1 या 2 बड़े ओवर, 5वां ओवर इस समय चल रहा है, उसके बाद लगभग 7 ओवर आपके पास होंगे बल्लेबाजी के लिए। 1 या 2 ओवर जो है ना, वो जो फासला है ना गेंद और रनों के बीच का, उसको कम कर सकते हैं। अब सवाल है कि आप किस गेंदबाज को टारगेट करते हैं। थोड़ा सा सम्मान दीजिए, 1 या 2 ओवर और आप फिनिशियर्स के गेंदबाजों को सम्मान दीजिए, लेकिन 1 आधा ओवर आपको ज़रूर ऐसा मिलेगा जहां आप इस फासले को कम कर पाएंगे। और ये कठिन मुकाबला होने वाला है अगले 2 या 3 ओवर्स में।
And if anybody can do that, it's these two out there. They've done the bulk of the scoring for the Indian Sunrisers throughout the history of TCC. They are the top scoring batsmen, if you look at the scoring sheet, they've done the bulk of the scoring, and more often than not, these two come together and they churn out partnerships like anything. And one of them has just worked out, he's still fresh, and one has got his eye in. And it's always a danger signal for the opposition when they're batting together, that's for sure. And if they get their eyes in, VSPK, I'll tell you what, they are in trouble, because they will look any target look ridiculously easy.
अब सवाल यह है कि आप किस तरह से इस पारी को बिल्ड करते हैं। 5 ओवर पूरे हुए हैं, 5 ओवर में 48, बुरा स्कोर है नहीं। चेस करते हुए आपने अच्छी रिकवरी की है, गेंद और रनों के बीच का ज़्यादा फासला है नहीं। 2 ओवर आपको चाहिए इस फासले को कम करने के लिए। वहीं रन रेट और करंट रन रेट और रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट की बात करेंगे तो उसमें भी ज़्यादा अंतर है नहीं। अब सवाल है कि आप सेट हो चुके हो, आपको गेंद अच्छे से दिख रहा है, आप स्ट्राइक अच्छे से रोटेट कर रहे हो। पारी को बिल्ड करना, कोहली वन ऑफ द बेस्ट प्लेयर, उनको पता है कि आप जब चेस करते हो तो आपको पारी कैसे बिल्ड करनी है। वो आते ही बाउंड्रीज नहीं लगाते, लिमिटेड ओवर्स में आपके लिए थोड़ा सा ज़रूरी हो जाता है।
So you spoke about Virat Kohli, but the Indian Sunrisers have got their own Virat Kohli and Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Well said, batting on 22, and Ambika meanwhile is back into the attack. This could be a decisive over, and that brings Wasim on strike. Now, these two, for the context, I'll tell you, gel really well together. They are the batting mainstay for the Indian Sunrisers. They've got their own styles, but they are so efficient as a team, as a unit. Comes down the track, Wasim hits it straight down the ground. That could be a boundary, it is a boundary. That's the best place to hit it, straight down the ground. There isn't a safer place to hit a cricketing stroke. That's over the bowler's head. You can't put a fielder there. And Wasim, he's that kind of a player who will deliver the goods in clutch situations. When the team is under a lot of pressure, is in immense trouble. Those knockout games, the semi-finals, the finals, he does make it count. I still remember there was a season in TCC where he hadn't really got going with the bat, and in an important situation, in a crucial knockout game, he got 50 plus or even a century. Don't quite remember it clearly, but he got runs, got big runs as well in that particular game, and won the game for his team single-handedly. And the skipper, Mr. Sanjeev Gupta, is such a run-scoring machine. We keep talking about both these captains of both the teams, VSPK, the Indian Sunrisers. They are shrewd captains. They make their plans pretty clear. They state their plans. But, everybody makes plans. But what matters is the execution once you walk out there in the middle. And that is why these two teams have been so successful. They've implemented their plans, make it work. If not plan A, you have a plan B. If not plan B, you stick to plan C. So chopping and changing is imperative. Meanwhile, another couple of runs. This is good cricket. This is sensible cricket. So 57 already scored, and they need 58 more runs. And we are approaching the halfway mark. So the Indian Sunrisers have almost got the halfway of this match. They've done it right. 6 more overs to go after this one. They've got to close it well. That's a smart shot. That's a very smart cricketing shot. That will run away towards the fence. Another boundary to finish the over. Closes it well. 61 for 1 after the end of the 6th. So 54 required at the halfway mark. The Indian Sunrisers looking good. Things are looking bright for them. 54 still required though. Job is only half done. Wasim will be the man on strike. The required run rate has come down to 9. And they're currently scoring at a clip in excess of 10. So Dilip, this is going to be an absolute cliffhanger. It's even Stevens at the moment. Any result possible, all three results possible if you look at it. But Sagar into the attack. This could be a big change, and that's a big shot. Swings it out. Gives it his all, and that's 4. Throws the kitchen sink at it. Hits it hard. Generally, that would have been a 6. That would have travelled. Gets across the line and heaves it away. Just 3 bounces into the boundary ropes. And what a good hit that is. Sagar to continue. Bowls it slightly wider. Just within the tram line. And the batsman was swinging it. Keeps it away from the radar of the batsman. And Sagar thinks there was an edge on it. He's upset. Sagar, this is smart bowling. Bowls it wide of the batsman's reach. And he was asking Wasim to chase it down. Wasim giving it his all. Was within the tram line though. But this is good bowling. Really smart thinking. Was dispatched for a boundary. Good comeback by Sagar. Steaming in again. Again bowls it slightly wide of the batsman. Reaches out to it. All along the ground. Gets a single. One more run taken. Good bowling. Good lengths that Sagar is finding here. Giving nothing away to the batsman. Bowling it wide of him. But the important aspect is that he's not bowling outside the tram line, keeping it just within and asking the batsman to reach out for it, and his length has been much fuller. So that is thoughtful bowling. Really smart. That is why he's such an impact player. He's got a beautiful action as well. They're claiming a catch here, VSPK. No signal from the umpire, so not out is the verdict. So, had a mighty swing at it. The batsman was looking to heave it away towards the onside. Unfortunately, we can't review that. That is unfortunate. The technology is pretty limited in these games. We don't have a snickometer. So another couple of deliveries to go in the 7th. 49 required, 66 runs on the board. The penultimate delivery of the over. I really like that approach, and that's been dispatched. That's 4 more. Things go from bad to worse for Sagar in this over. He was disappointed, he was dejected, and he's been severed once again. Another boundary through the onside. He's leaking runs all of a sudden. That is what happens to you when frustration creeps up. 4 more runs. He's a much better bowler than that. Has to just cool his heels, gets his thoughts right, and bowl according to his plans. And work out those plans that have really worked for him in the past. Now look at that equation. As I told you, this is a funny game and things can turn around in a matter of overs. 45 of the next 31 deliveries with 9 wickets in hand. If that doesn't look comfortable to you, I don't know what will. And the Maverick still out there. He's the man on strike, batting on 33. Advances down the ground. Gets a thickish inside edge. Not quite of the middle of the bat. Gets a single. He will keep strike. A great over that one for the Indian Sunrisers. 10 runs coming off it. 44 still required. 7 gone, the Indian Sunrisers. They're going along nicely. They're 71 for 1. So 7 overs gone. 71 for 1, the Indian Sunrisers. 44 still required, and batters, they take a small drinks break. So Kamal into the attack. That is smart. Just pushes it away towards the offside. For a brief moment, in the back of his mind, would have thought about a second there, but decides against it, and rightfully so. And they don't need to take any more risk here, the Indian Sunrisers. They are in a very comfortable position. The run rate has gone down to 8.90 now. They're scoring at a clip in excess of 10 now. Wasim, the man on strike. And another good stroke. Heaves it away towards the onside. Good fielding. Great effort that by Ambika. That ball was travelling quickly towards the boundary ropes. Saves 2 runs for a team. So another brace for the batting team. The Indian Sunrisers 74 for 1, 41 required. As I said, and I repeat once again, it's a funny game. Never say never in cricket. It's not over until it is. Wasim batting on 13. Kamal just into the attack, bowling his first. And we all know what he does. Bowls it pretty simple, keeps it straight. That's his strength. The line would be on the stumps. If you miss it as a batsman, then it will crash onto your stumps. Jersey number 5, Kamal. He's running into Wasim. Deft touch. Just opening the face of the bat, guides it away towards backward point. Gets only a single. 1 more run. So the captain back on strike. What a knock this has been. Batting on 35 of 24 deliveries. Kamal will be under the pump. He will be feeling the pressure. That's a very good delivery. Bowls it full. Really full. Squeezes that out, the batsman. Just a push in the end towards the offside. That is brilliant bowling by Kamal. He knows what the situation demands of him. And this has been a very good over. That's exactly what VSPK want. These quiet overs to build the pressure on the batting team, and that's been cut away. There is a boundary rider. Sweeper cover keeps it down to just one. So final delivery of the over. That's heaved away towards the onside. Will that be taken? The fielder getting underneath that one, and he takes it. He pouches that, safe as a house. And that's a statement from the fielder. He's not even celebrating. Look at that intensity in those eyes, and that is the big wicket. The skipper has to depart. That went miles high in the air. Was a very tough catch. Makes it look ridiculously easy, the fielder. But what a knock that is by the skipper. He has departed. He's done his job. But VSPK have got a foot in the door now. 38 still required. And the Indian Sunrisers, they've lost their second. They're 77 for 2. Is that the opening that VSPK were looking for? So Sagar is back into the attack. He'll be bowling his second. And he'll be looking for some repair jobs in this over. He won't be happy with that previous over that he bowled. Gave away 10 runs, was dispatched for 2 boundaries. Generally very economical. And Sagar will work up some pace. He will have bruised egos. Wasim, meanwhile, has got his eye in, but he's swinging it too hard at the moment. That's another swing and a miss. Starts off with a dot. It's a good start to the over. Wasim batting on 15 at the moment, 15 of 11 deliveries. Still, anything can happen in this game. 38 required. They keep wickets in hand, then the Indian Sunrisers will be in for a comfortable victory, but this is VSPK. They are the masters of the mind game, and they picked up another one. 2 well-established, well-set batsmen have been removed in the space of 3 deliveries. Another wicket. I told you he was swinging hard, a bit too hard to his liking. Doesn't get it off the meat of the bat. A thickish outside edge and an easy catch by the skipper himself. He doesn't drop any. And the Indian Sunrisers now in a bit of bother. They've lost both their star batsmen in quick succession. So Amit is a new man who walks out now. Two new batters out there. Both of them to face their first delivery. And the Indian Sunrisers in trouble now, all of a sudden. VSPK, as I said, they are the masters of the mind games. They know how to build pressure on the opposition. And that shows you the mettle of champion teams. No matter what the situation is, they'll be at you. They'll keep coming back at you. You can see the smiles coming back on our VSPK. Both those established batsmen were out there. They were timing it nicely. They were hitting the boundaries every now and then. That's a good looking stroke. Opening the face of the bat, turns it away towards the cover region. They'll come back for the second. And they'll get it safely enough. Another couple of runs, 2 more added to the total, 36 required. They need 6 big hits to win this one to the Indian Sunrisers. I told you Sagar was on to something. Hell-bent on making a comeback and make it count as well. Picks up a wicket straight away. And an important wicket as well. That's another outside edge. Short third man is very fine. Almost seems like first slip. Gets a single, does Amit Nijwan. Beg your pardon, Amit Nijawan. And Nidhi, she'll be facing her first. Final delivery of the 9th over. This has been an absolute splendid over from Sagar. Great comeback. That's a hallmark of a quality player. He's always there when VSPK require him to be it with the bat, with the ball in the field. And he was more upset with himself because he dropped a catch. He dropped the opposite captain. And he went on to score big runs as well. So he was mighty upset with himself. And then he leaked 10 runs in his first over. That's the end of the 9th. 3 more. That's a good looking stroke. But there is protection. Deep extra cover is present. Nidhi wanted a second there, but stays a single. Vigilant, that man. Now he's coming slightly inside the ring. Just making sure that they don't get any more singles. Nidhi is the batter on strike. She's faced just 1 delivery yet to get off the mark. Kamal will continue. That's a very good shot straight down the ground. Should come back for the second. He does attempt a second there. Nidhi has to depart. So 1 run will count. She goes for 1. And Indian Sunrisers are 82 for 4 as Nidhi makes a walk back.
यहाँ से जुड़ेगी ना, यहाँ से बॉलर की जुड़ेगी.
So the new batter is Bharti. She'll be facing her first delivery, swing and a miss. Wanted to guide it away towards that third man region. So another dot squeezed in by Kamal, and with every passing delivery, it's getting more and more difficult for the Indian Sunrisers. That could be a single, that could be a run out as well. Is that a run out? Is that a run out? VSPK seem like they're celebrating. In fact, the batsman has made it back. He's made it back in the crease. So a single taken. So Bharti off the mark with that single. So Amit is on strike. 2 deliveries to go in this over. 32 required. That required run rate has shot up. It's 13.71 at the moment. As I said, how quickly this game can turn around. Just a matter of few deliveries. This game can still change its course. Amit is the man on strike. He's angled towards the onside, so you can be pretty sure that he will look to heave it away towards the onside, and that's a natural swing of a right-handed batsman because, as I've told you, it's simple physics. Attempt of a Mankad at the non-striker's end because the bat swing comes from right to left, top to bottom, and you know, Amit batting on 4. So yes, I was talking about the fact that the onside, because when you go full swing, you look to play it towards the onside because of the stance as well. And just as I say that, he hits it straight down the ground. That's the best place to hit it if you can. And he'll get a couple of more runs. Batter Bharti has made it back in the crease. So another couple of runs taken. That's good running between the wickets by both these batters. Final delivery of the over coming up. And the skipper asking his players to make some noise. So chirps all around from both the teams. Final delivery of the 10th. This has been a decent over. Wicket already has come off with this one. Straight back to the bowler. Brilliant stuff. Exceptional bowling this. 10th gone. Ends it with a dot and a run out as well. That's another wicket. The Indian Sunrisers have lost half their side. They're 85 for 5 and they still require 30 of the final 2 overs. So the penultimate over of this match, Sagar will be bowling. Really like his bowling action. It's straight but it's still side on. It's an interesting action. Can generate a lot of swing if he wants to, and it generates good pace as well. Now the best of starts to this over for sure. Just angling down the leg side, starts off with a wide. So Chandar is the new batter who joins Amit Idle. So the Indian Sunrisers have lost half their side, 20. It's still required 12 deliveries to go. Anything is possible. They've got to go hard now. The Indian Sunrisers gets some width, hits it nicely, and the fielder does well. She makes the stop. That ball was dying on her. Would never have been a catch because that was almost an impossible catch. But more importantly, they get a couple of more runs. 2 more taken. 26 still required of the next 11 deliveries. Amit has got his eyes set. He's faced 7 deliveries, batting on 8. Chandar is a new man. And that's smart bowling. Sees the batsman come down the track and slightly bangs it in short, just pulling back his length. That is smart thinking. He's always got his thinking cap on. He's given away 17 runs, has picked up an all-important wicket. He'll be looking to close it off well. That's good connection. Hasn't got all of it. The fielder coming around. That's a very good effort. Brilliant effort by the fielder. Coming in from long off. She was going for that catch. He was attacking the ball. Good effort that. Another brace. The required run rate 16 now. Sagar again running in. Pulls it away towards the onside. They'll come back for another brace. Could be a run out. He's missed out there. There could be a third in it. Overthrows resulting in an additional run. So 3 runs taken there. That will hold them in good stead. 21 required. 8 more deliveries to go. I'm afraid singles and doubles at this stage won't do. They need at least 1 big hit in. And Sagar is bowling well. That is a problem the Indian Sunrisers have. Chandar will be facing his first. Won't be easy to go at it from the word go. First delivery, Sagar switching back to over the wicket. Brilliant bowling. Brilliant bowling. Bowls it full. A pinpoint Yorker at that. That's what exactly you expect of your death bowlers. Squeezes it in. So single off the penultimate delivery of the 11th over. Final delivery to be bowled. 20 required of 7. Amit back on strike. He'll be in dire straits here. Full straight. Another great delivery to finish things off. That's the 11th over done and dusted. And a good one. Sagar has finished his quota. And his figures are 23 for 1 after the 3 overs that he's bowled. And the Indian Sunrisers, they're 95 for 5. They have given a tough fight to VSPK, but 20 runs is asking too much, especially when they've lost 5 wickets of the final over. That's a tall order. So final over, Kamal will be bowling this one. Chandar, the man on strike, takes it on the full. Low full toss, not easy to hit them out of the park. Only gets a single. 19 of 5. I'd say it's difficult but not impossible. You need at least 2 big hits. 5 deliveries remain. Kamal just messing up his run up there. We'll have to re-bowl that one, apologizing immediately. And the Indian Sunrisers really They've given it their best. They've fought it hard. That is good bowling. That is something Kamal is so good at. He's adept at bowling it full, bowling it straight, sticking to a good line. And on this occasion, the length too has been immaculate. 4 runs, beg your pardon, 4 deliveries remain, 19 to get. And the turning point of the game was the departure of the skipper. Things were looking so smooth till the time the captain and the vice captain were out there, and against a run of play, that's a boundary. That's a good shot. That is a very good shot indeed. Slightly shorter in length, works it in the gap, that's 4 more. That will keep the hopes alive. 15 more required. 100 up meanwhile for the Indian Sunrisers. It's a good landmark, but still looking for a victory in this game. That's what matters. That's what these players are in it for. They're in it to win it. Amit has moved to 17. Kamal at the moment is into his 3rd, and how economical he has been. If you look at the context of the game, it has been an high-scoring affair. And he's picked up a wicket. He's hardly given anything away. Bowling it in the channel this time around. Another dot. So 15 required of 2. And dare I say, we're down to mere formalities. The writing is on the wall. Kamal will continue nevertheless. Looks to come down the track. Looks to swing it away. Swing and a miss once again. That was a mighty swing off the bat. So I think VSPK are already celebrating. It's 3 on the trot. Will be a hat-trick of victories for the champions of the 5th edition. Final delivery of the over coming up. So Amit, the man on strike. The field is in. What will he do? He goes hard at it. He swings it hard. It's in the air, and that will be a 6. A bit too late, you'd realize, but a 6 nevertheless to close the game. 106 is what the Indian Sunrisers have on the board, and they won this one, VSPK, with a big margin. 8 runs is the margin of victory, and VSPK march forward into this tournament, led by the Field Marshal himself. Another convincing victory for the champion side, but a very good fight by the Indian Sunrisers. They would be dejected after losing this one with that sort of a margin.
हाँ 5 विकेट हाँ इनके बने 106 8 रन जीतते हैं
भाई 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 ऐसे नहीं। अरे आपको कुछ नहीं होगा। हाँ आपका बिगड़ेगा वो तो पूरा मुझे भाई
साल दिन में 3 तो एक बार ये बोला कि बॉलर का एक बार आप देखिए, वसीम ही सबसे कम आ रहा है, ठीक है। मैम बैट्समैन तो सागर आ गया मैम, बैट्समैन सागर।
पहले मुझे वो बताओ रन।
VSPK 114 5 विकेट्स।
एक मिनट 1-1-5
4 है मैम, 4 115 114।
क्या हो गया?
5 विकेट्स।
और डी इंडियन की है 106।
अरे जाओ यार, ऐसे मत करो, ऐसे मत करो, ऐसे मत करो, अरे इंग्लिश हिंदी में बोलो, इंग्लिश में बोलो। अरे बोल रहे आपको बुला रहे हैं। कौन? वो करवा रहे हैं। जाल में तड़का ले बैठे हैं। जाओ जाओ जल्दी करो यार। चलो नहीं तो जाओ भाई, मैम एक आ तो जाओ।
ये रख दो लास्ट वाला। कैसे ये करते हैं?
तो फाइनल मैच ऑफ द डे बिटवीन VSPK finishers versus the Indian Sunrisers and finishers अपने नाम के हिसाब से एक बार फिर से फिनिश किया और ये तीसरी विन है इस छठे एडिशन की और 8 रन से इस मुकाबले को जीता है। और थोड़ा सा हार्ड लक सर, लूजिंग कैप्टन, लूजिंग कैप्टन
सर आइए ना संजीव जी।
8 रन ज्यादा बड़ा मार्जिन है नहीं सर, लेकिन कहाँ कभी नाम का आप अपनी टीम के लिए मोटिवेशन है, लेकिन क्योंकि जिस तरह से फिनिशर्स भी कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा कमी रहता है, तो बॉलिंग पिच के कुछ ओवर्स सागर का आना और दूसरे से सपोर्ट लगाता हुआ।
Definitely, VSPK finished as a wonderful team. Sagar is definitely a great player. और हमारी स्ट्रैटेजी बिल्कुल क्लियर थी और हम जब तक मेरा विकेट नहीं गया था बहुत अच्छा चल रहे थे। द गेम वाज इन माइंड गेम, ऑलमोस्ट अंडर आवर कंट्रोल। और व्हेन आई वेंट, उसके बाद छड़ी लग गई, तो वो विकेट मेरा और वसीम का जाना थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हुआ। बट इट वाज अ टफ मैच एंड ऐसे मैच होने चाहिए। टीसीसी का स्टैंडर्ड ऐसे ही मैच बढ़ाते हैं, क्योंकि इस तरह के मैचेस जब देखते हैं, जब टीम परफॉर्म्स करती है, 2-3 हमारी कैचेस गलत छूटी, हमने 2-3 कैचेस छोड़े, सागर की 2-3 कैचेस छूटी, तो वहां पे थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम रही। ऑल्दो एक बार ऐसा लग रहा था कि स्कोर इन्होंने अच्छा बनाया, लेकिन चेसेबल था और 8 रन 8.5 रन प्रति ओवर चाहिए थे हमें आखिरी 4 ओवर के अंदर, विच कुड हैव इजीली बीन मैनेज्ड। बट अ बैड निक मेरे बैट से जो लगा, उसके बाद वसीम सर आउट हो गए। तो बट देन इट इज क्रिकेट इज अ गेम ऑफ चांस एंड बट वी प्लेड वेल एंड कांग्रेचुलेशंस टू वीएस फिनिशर्स। फाइनल में मिलते हैं।
So the winning captain कपिल सर, जिस तरह से इस सीजन की शुरुआत हुई है सर, वार्निंग और एक एडवाइस सबसे पहले। वार्निंग वार्निंग
वार्निंग ये है कि डी इंडियन
इतना सॉफ्ट नहीं सर, जिस तरह से खेल रहे हैं ना इतना सॉफ्ट नहीं। राहुल द्रविड़ नहीं, थोड़ा सा गांगुली स्टाइल में।
नहीं सर, वो फील्ड तक ही रहने दो, बाहर ठीक है वैसे। वार्निंग ये है कि डी इंडियन इज डिफिटेबल, सो बी कॉन्फिडेंट। हम हरा सकते हैं, हम कर सकते हैं, एंड बी पॉजिटिव, व्हाई नॉट, बट डोंट गेट ओवर कॉन्फिडेंट। होपफुली विल गो थ्रू, एंड यस डेफिनेटली जो आज का मैच था, इट वाज, आई एम सेइंग इट इज लाइक द रिप्ले ऑफ फाइनल्स। So the Indian, very congratulate, they fought very hard, very nicely in fact.
बट ओवरऑल अगर आप अपनी टीम का परफॉर्मेंस देखते हैं तो मिडिल ओवर्स में या आप कह लीजिए 1 डाउन और 2 डाउन में सागर सर और जो बैटिंग हुई है लोहित सर की, ये 2 बैटर अगर नहीं चलते हैं, जिस दिन नहीं चले, आई विश कि वो फाइनल ना हो, लेकिन अगर नहीं चले तो फिर आपका सेकंड गेम प्लान क्या होना चाहिए?
आज हम कितने रन से जीते हैं सर?
क्लोज मार्जिन है 8 रन फाइनल।
इतने ही थे, मेरी वजह से जीते हैं सर। सागर हैड डन नथिंग।
द कैप्टन इज कैप्टन, द बॉस ऑलवेज राइट।
सागर हैड डन नथिंग, मेरे 8 रन थे, उसी से हम जीत पाए।
तो सर नेक्स्ट मैच आज थोड़ा टाइडी रहा।
Very nice. I am saying it was just the replay of finals. I thoroughly enjoyed. इस winter में इस fog के अंदर it was almost impossible, but ball to ball, and I was really, मतलब I am really happy कि our strategy, you know, it was well planned. It ball to ball as we expected, it happened, and of course the result we wanted, we got the result.
एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, जो खिलाड़ी सो रहे थे उनको उठाया तो किस तरह से मनाया उनको दोबारा खेलने के लिए?
अब 2 दिन का टाइम है, सो सकते हैं, पर परसों जागना है, तो उसके बाद जागना और फिर आराम से पूरा दिन खेल के और ट्रॉफी लेके ही आनी है फिर।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच। एंड तो अवार्ड सेरेमनी, फर्स्ट अवार्ड गोज टू मैन ऑफ द मैच। बैट्समैन ऑफ द मैच होता है सर, होता है।
आप ले दो यार।
सागर सर एक बाइट। कंटिन्यूसली रन्स आ रहे हैं, तो क्या सोच है? क्योंकि वो विकेट गिरने के बाद ग्राउंड बड़ा है, बॉल उतना अच्छे से मिल नहीं रहा है खेलने के लिए, बाउंड्रीज भी आपने लगाया, स्ट्राइक भी रोटेट किया, तो जो कम्युनिकेशन होता है बीच में, ओवर्स के बीच में, क्या बात करते हो यार, ये तो बताओ।
मैं बात करता हूँ कि आप में अगर स्टेमिना है तो मेरे साथ आइए, वरना तो वापस जाइए।
क्योंकि बैट से तो आप रन मारते हो, लेकिन जो टाइटनेस होती है ना, वो उतना रनिंग बिटवीन द विकेट आप ज़्यादा थका रहे हो। मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि आप अपनी टीम के लिए खेल रहे हो या दूसरी टीम के लिए खेल रहे हो जो रन आउट करवा देते हो?
नहीं सर, मैं तो किसी को रन आउट नहीं कराता सर, सब मैं अपने रन भी लेता हूँ और अपने जो मेरा पार्टनर है उनके रन भी लेता हूँ, तो मैं अपनी टीम के लिए खेलता हूँ, दूसरी टीम के लिए कभी नहीं खेलता।
2 दिन के बाद मैच होगा आपका, तो क्या प्रिपरेशन रहने वाली है और किस तरह से बॉडी को रेस्ट देंगे और फिर से एक बार फायर बैक?
सर कल जा रहा हूँ मैं घूमने के लिए, सर ने प्लान किया है ट्रिप छोटा सा, तो वहीं जाएंगे, फिर देखते क्या होता है।
वापस मत आइयो।
थैंक यू सो मच सर।
लेके तो जा रहा है ट्रॉफी, और क्या चाहिए?
तो सेकंड अवार्ड बॉलर ऑफ द मैच वसीम भाई। फीमेल प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच निधि मैम।
पर हमने सिमरन को लेने नहीं दिया अवार्ड।
और फाइनल अवार्ड स्टार परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ द मैच अगेन the number Sanjeev sir. So that's end of the presentation and
सर एक कंप्लेंट है, कल भी टूटी हुई ट्रॉफी दी थी, आज भी टूटी हुई दी है।
सारी complaints हैं मेरी है। I have to resolve.
thank you sir. That's end of the presentation and we will see you tomorrow for the another good day of this wonderful league, the season 6. That second day, now it's ending.